Hello students. So last week we talked about the basics of linear equation in one variable. You also learned about the balance method, also learned about the transpose method, how to solve equations. You also learned how to create an equation based on the given word problem and vice versa. So today first let us discuss about why it is called as a linear equation in one variable. Right? You might have that question, why is this name of the chapter linear equation in one variable? So linear equation because when you see the equation will be having the power 1 of any variable. So what I mean to say is, when you have something like 3x plus 5 equals to 0, see the power of x. This is x raised to 1. So you have only one power of x, which makes it a linear equation, right? And it is always in one variable. You have something like 3x plus 5 equal to 0. The only variable here is x. There are no more than one variable. Suppose I have an equation like 3x plus 2y is equal to 3. Suppose I have this equation. You say there are two variables, x and y. But the power of both is 1, x raised to 1 and y raised to 1. So this is also a linear equation, but this is in two variables. If I have something like 3x square plus 5 equal to 0, here the power of x is 2. This is x raised to 2, right? So this is not a linear equation because the degree of x is more than 1. It is not 1. So this is not a linear equation. So for the linear equation in one variable, you have to have two things. The power of the variable should be 1 and there should be only one variable in the equation. So if I have something like 2p plus 3 is equal to 5p minus 6. Suppose this is an equation, right? Now you see you have only one variable p and this is p raised to 1, p raised to 1. So the power of the variable is 1 and there is only one variable. So this is also a linear equation in one variable. I hope now the meaning of the chapter linear equations in one variable is clear for all of you. And today we will be solving some more equations and then we will be moving on to the word problems. Example 18. Let's solve that. X plus 1 upon 2x plus 3, x plus 1 upon 2x plus 3 is equal to 3 by 8. X plus 1 upon 2x plus 3 equal to 3 by 8. Now see, if you see the left hand side, LHS is x plus 1 upon 2x plus 3. Now if you see, the degree of x in the numerator is 1, the degree of x in the denominator is 1. So if you see the overall degree, the power of x is 0 because the power of x in numerator is 1 and this is again equal to power of x in denominator. So this is same as the power of x in denominator. Therefore, the power of whole of this is x raised to 0. Power of LHS is x raised to 0, which is 1. So we don't have x raised to 1 here. So this will not be a linear equation. This is not the standard form of a linear equation, right? So what we will do is, to ensure that this is removed from here, we will multiply both the sides by 2x plus 3. You have learned something called as cross multiplication, where you multiply this 8 here and this 2x plus 3 here. So therefore by cross multiplication we get 8 into x plus 1 is equal to 3 into 2x plus 3. I multiplied this 8 this side, 2x plus 3 this side. So this is what I get. Now I will open the brackets, correct? 8x plus 8, therefore 8x plus 8 is equal to 3 to the 6x plus 3 3 is 9. Therefore I'll move this side and this side. So 8x minus 6x is equal to 9 minus 8. As you move to the opposite side, the sign changes. Therefore 2x is 1. Therefore x is equal to 1 by 2. Now see, here you have 2x plus 3 in the denominator. So when you are dividing by something, do you think this value can be 0? So here 2x plus 3 cannot be 0, because if it is 0, then something upon 0 is not defined. You have learned how division by 0 is not defined, because of which 2x plus 3 cannot be equal to 0. So that means x cannot be equal to what? Let's find out. So 2x plus 3 cannot be 0. Therefore 2x cannot be minus 3, right? Therefore x cannot be minus 3 by 2. So x cannot be equal to minus 3 by 2. See, anyway we are getting x as 1 by 2, but x here cannot be minus 3 by 2, because 2x plus 3 cannot be 0. And let us also see if our answer is correct. So LHS is x plus 1 upon 2x plus 3. It should be equal to 3 by 8. We have got x is equal to 1 by 2 as the answer. Right? Now let us try to verify if this is correct. So putting the value of x as 1 by 2 in LHS, we get 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 2 into 1 by 2 plus 3. So we have 1 by 2 plus 2 by 2, because 1 is 1 by 1, you multiply by 2 which is the LCM, so we get 2 by 2 whole upon 2 into 1 by 2 is 1 plus 3. 2 into 1 by 2 is 1, because 2 and 1 by 2 are multiplicative inverses or reciprocals of each other. So we get 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2 upon 3 plus 1 is 4. As a rule, when you have something like this, where you have a fraction a upon b whole upon c, the answer is a upon b into c. So here if you apply the same, we get this is equal to 3 upon 2 into 4, which is 3 by 8, and this is your RHS. Therefore LHS equal to RHS and x is equal to 1 by 2 is the correct solution. So we started with LHS, we put the value x is equal to 1 by 2 in the LHS, you solved it, you got 3 by 8, which is your RHS. So LHS and RHS are the same, and our answer x equal to 1 by 2 is correct. This is how you verify if your answer is correct or not. The question is 0.25 into 4f minus 3 is equal to 0.05 into 10f minus 9. Let us use our knowledge of decimals to simplify this. So therefore 0.25 is 25 upon 100 multiplied by 4f minus 3, which is equal to 5 upon 100 multiplied by 10f minus 9. Now if I take this 100 on this side, listen carefully. If I take this 100 on this side and this 5 on this side, I will get therefore 25 upon 5, right, multiplied by 4f minus 3 is equal to 100 upon 100 into 10f minus 9. What I have done is I have taken this 5 towards this side, so multiplication becomes division. I have taken this 100 to this side, so division becomes multiplication. So this 100 is this 100 and this 5 is this 5, right? So now when I expand, I get 25 by 5 is 5 multiplied by 4f minus 3, 100 by 100 is 1 is equal to 10f minus 9, because 1 into anything is the same number. So now I'll open the bracket, 5 4s are 20f minus 5 3s are 15 is equal to 10f minus 9. Using transpose, therefore 20f minus 10f is equal to minus 9 plus 15. Therefore 10f is equal to 15 minus 9 is 6. So 6. Therefore f is equal to 6 by 10 is equal to 3 into 2 upon 3 in 2 into 5 is equal to 3 by 5. So therefore f is 3 by 5. This is your answer. F is 3 by 5 is your answer. Our answer is f is 3 by 5. Let us check. LHS is 0.25 into 4f minus 3, which is equal to 25 upon 100 multiplied by 4 into 3 by 5 minus 3, which is equal to 25 by 100 multiplied by 4 3s are 12 by 5 minus, again taking LCM, so we have 3 5s are 15 upon 5, because we are multiplying by 5 both sides, which is equal to 25 upon 100 multiplied by 12 minus 15 is minus 3 by 5, which is equal to this 5 and this gets cancelled, so this gets cancelled and 20, right? So minus 3 by 20. LHS is minus 3 by 20. Let us find out the RHS. RHS is 0.05 multiplied by 10f minus 9, which is equal to 5 upon 100 multiplied by 10 into 3 by 5 minus 9, which is equal to 5 by 100 multiplied by, this gets cancelled to 6 minus 9. 6 minus 9 is minus 3 into 5 upon 100. This is 20, this is cut, minus 3 by 20. So LHS is equal to RHS, and our answer F is equal to 3 by 5 is correct. I hope you have understood all these 3 problems and you will be able to solve the exercises on your own. So let us move on to the next topic, which is the word problems. The sum of two numbers is 74. One number is 10 more than the other. What are the two numbers? So first we'll find out how can we represent the two numbers. So solution. Let one of the numbers be y. So one number is y. Now they have given one number is 10 more than the other. So if one number is y, the other number can be y plus 10 because the difference between the two numbers is 10. So if one number is y, then the second number can be taken as y plus 10. You can also take it as y minus 10 because what you have to do is difference between the two numbers has to be 10. So suppose I take y plus 10 and I subtract minus, I get 10, right? If I take other number as y minus 10, so y minus 10 is y minus y plus 10 equal to 10. So you can take the two numbers as y and y plus 10 or y minus 10 and y. You will get the same answer. We will do by both the methods. Okay. So let one of the numbers be y. Therefore, the other number can be represented as y plus 10. So first number is y, second number is y plus 10. Sum of the numbers is 74. It is given that the sum of two numbers is 74. Therefore, we can write y plus 10 is 74. Therefore, 2y is equal to 74 minus 10 is 64. Therefore, y is 32. This is not the final answer. You got just y, but we have to find two numbers. The first number is 32. Therefore, one of the numbers is 32 and the next number, sorry, not next, and the other number is y plus 10, which is 32 plus 10, which is 42. And if you add 42 and 32, you will get 74. So your answer is correct. So 32, 42 are the two numbers which you want. Let's do by the next method. Let one of the numbers be y is the same step. The second number we are going to take as y minus 10. Therefore, the other number can be represented as y minus 10. Again, the sum of the two numbers is 74. Therefore, y plus y minus 10 is 74. Therefore, 2y is equal to 10 goes this side, addition 84. Therefore, y is 42. Therefore, the value of one number is 42 and the value of other number is y minus 10, which is 42, which is 42 minus 10, which is 32. So earlier you got 32, 42. Here you are getting 42, 32. But the numbers are the same. So you see, by both the methods, you get the same answer. Remember, whenever you have word problem, understand what is asked properly, then form the equation. If you don't understand what is asked properly, you will end up doing an incorrect operation and the answers will become wrong. The steps will also be wrong. I hope this much is clear, right? You add 30 to 42, you get 74. So your answer is clear. Answer is correct. Let's move on. So we want to find what should be added. So that is an unknown, we do not know. Let the number to be added to twice the rational number minus 7 by 3 is 2 into minus 7 by 3, right? Twice the rational number minus 7 by 3 is 2 into minus 7 by 3 to get 3 by 7 be P. Let the number to be added to twice the rational number, which is 2 into minus 7 by 3 to get 3 by 7 be P. Therefore, the needed equation will be 2 into minus 7 by 3 plus P is 3 by 7. See, what should be added to twice the rational number minus 7 by 3 to get 3 by 7. So this is how the equation is formed. So we have to now solve this. This is our equation. Let us solve this. Therefore, 2 into minus 7 is minus 14 by 3 plus P is equal to 3 by 7. Therefore, P is equal to 3 by 7 plus 14 by 3. The LCM of 7 and 3 is 21. So we have 3 into 3 upon 7 into 3 plus 14 into 7 upon 3 into 7. So we have 9 plus 14 sevens are 7 for the 28, 8 2 7 98 upon 21. So our answer is 8 plus 9 17 107 upon 21. So this is our final answer, 107 upon 21. This is your answer for P. So 107 upon 21 should be added to twice the rational number minus 7 by 3 to get 3 by 7. Let us see if this is our correct answer. Check if solution is correct. So we have 2 into minus 7 by 3 plus, what had we got? 107 upon 21. Let us add these two now. We get minus 14 upon 3 plus 107 upon 21 is equal to 7 3 is 21, 14 into 7 upon 3 into 7 plus 107 upon 21 is equal to minus 98 upon 21 plus 107 upon 21, which is equal to 107 minus 98 upon 21, which is 17 minus 8. 17 minus 8 is 9. 9 by 21 is equal to 3 into 3 upon 3 into 7, which is 3 by 7, which is our RHS. This is our LHS. So therefore, the solution is correct. The next word problem is, the perimeter of a rectangle is 13 centimeter and its width is 2 integers 3 by 4 centimeter. Find its length. So we have a rectangle, right? The width is given as 2 integers 3 by 4 centimeter. Perimeter of a rectangle is the sum of all the sides, which is 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Right, this is the length L, this is the length L, width is W. So perimeter is L plus W plus W, which is 2L plus 2W, which is 2 multiplied by L plus W. So this is the formula which we know. Breadth and width are the same things. So now we know this much, and the perimeter is given as 13. So you have to find out the length, right? So solution is, so perimeter is 13, right? So let the length of the rectangle be L. We have to find out L, right? Let the length of the rectangle be L. Perimeter of a rectangle is 2 multiplied by length plus width. See, I am using the word width here because the question says width. If the question says breadth, use the word breadth over here. Is equal to 2 into L, because length is L, plus width is 2 integers 3 by 4. But it is given that the perimeter is 13 centimeter. Therefore, we have 2 multiplied by L plus 2 integers 3 by 4 is 13. I hope this much is clear. So the question we have is 2 into L plus 2 3 by 4 is 13, right? So now let us open the brackets, or let us divide both the sides by 3. Anyway, we have fractions. So therefore, L plus 2 integers 3 by 4 is 13 by 2. Now we have something like a mixed fraction here. There is an integer part and a fraction part. So this is, let's make it into an improper fraction. So we have 2 integers 3 by 4. So how do we make it into improper fraction? This equals to 4 into 2 plus 3 upon 4. I multiply the integer part and the denominator part, add the numerator and divide by denominator. 2 4s are 8 plus 11 by 4. So I get 11 by 4. This value and this value are same. How do you convert it back? 11 upon 4. So we divide 11 by 4. 4 2s are 8. We get 3. So this is the quotient. So you get quotient here. Remainder 3 here upon divisor here. 2 integer 3 by 4. Quotient, remainder and divisor. So if you see, this is how you convert a mixed fraction into improper fraction. Improper fraction because the numerator is more than the denominator. And this is how you convert improper fraction into mixed fraction. And a mixed fraction always has a complete integer and a fraction. This you have learned previously. This is just a basic revision. So here when you do, therefore I get L plus 11 by 4 is equal to 13 by 2. Therefore L is equal to 13 by 2 minus 11 by 4, which is 13 into 2 minus 11 upon 4. 13 to the whatever, 13 upon 2, so I am multiplying by 2 here and 2 here, so I can take 4 here, which is equal to 26 minus 11 upon 4, which is 15 by 4. 6 minus 1 is 5, 2 minus 1 is 1. So let us convert this into a mixed fraction. 3 integers 3 by 4. So therefore the length of the rectangle is 3 integers 3 by 4 centimeters. This is your final answer. In a word problem, you have to ensure that you answer in the sentence form. If you write only this, you will not get full marks because it's a word problem. You have to answer in the sentence form. This much is clear? This is your answer. I hope the solution is clear to you. We will do one more problem today. The present age of Sahil's mother is 3 times the present age of Sahil. After 5 years, their ages will add to 66 years. Find their present ages. Let us write it down. This is example 7. It is on page number 25. So, the present age of the Sahil's mother is 3 times the present age of Sahil. Let us take the present age of Sahil as W. Just to write some different variable as W. Sahil's age is W right now, right? So present means the current time. Sahil's age is W years, and presently it is said that mother's age is 3 times his age. Mother's age is 3W years because thrice means 3 times multiplied by 3. So mother's age is right now 3W years. Now after 5 years, what will happen? Sahil's age will be W plus 5 years. After 5 years, Sahil's age will become W plus 5 years. You add 5 to the present age to get the age after 5 years, and mother's age will be what? 3W plus 5. Let me explain again. Presently, Sahil's age is suppose W years, then mother's age is 3W years. After 5 years, you will add 5 to the present ages to get the future age. And it is given that after 5 years, the sum of their ages is how much? The sum is 66 years. So, this sum, the sum of their ages after 5 years is 66. So, it is given that the sum of their ages after 5 years is 66 years. So therefore, what is the equation? W plus 5 plus 3W plus 5 is equal to 66. Simple. Now you know how to solve it. Therefore, 4W is equal to 66 minus 5 plus 5 is 10, which is 56. Therefore, W is 56 upon 4 is 40. So, this is Sahil's age. Sahil's current or present age. So Sahil's present age. So Sahil's present age is 14 years, right? And mother's present age is 3 into W years. So 3 into W is 3 into 14, which is 42 years. So finally you will write therefore Sahil's present age is 14 years and his mother's present age is 42 years. This is your final answer. Clear? So you have to be very careful, as I said earlier, in understanding the question and forming the equation. Once you do that, finding these things is very simple. And algebra is very interesting because once you know the tricks, you will always get the right answer. And right answer means full marks. So we have done enough word problems today. We will continue later.